Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today, we'll be discussing Mastering the Secretary by INGZIG, and this review is thanks in part to those of you who took part in my poll. This was the second choice in the poll: Age Gap, Power Imbalance, Secretary, and Young Master. And if you'd like to check out the winner, you can watch it by clicking the annotation or the link in the description. And if you'd like to help decide what gets reviewed next, go ahead and subscribe, get your BL Library card for BL Library, and be on the lookout for my community posts with the polls. Before we get started, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled in this manhwa, go and click off now. No worries, I'll catch you next time. For those of you who decide to stick around, let's go over some content warnings. There may be references to age gap, power imbalance, social gap, non-con and or dubcon, and BDSM, including breath play, as these things do appear in the manhwa. But if that's okay with you, let's go and get started. Secretary Han has worked for the same family for years. He has faithfully served since his current master was very young. Now is no different, though now he serves the young master in more than just a professional capacity. While he shouldn't be so willing and pliable to such things, he can't help falling for every one of his master's whims. He's a secretary, but he's something else entirely in the bedroom. To start with, there is something about our young master that is very alien-like. It's very disconcerting. I think the intent is to give him an eerily domineering air, but he ends up being just eerie to me. I think it's the shape of his face and those wide blue eyes. It reminds me of those memes about how scary blue eyes are. He is the embodiment of that meme to me. Because of that, I found him very unattractive. He does have a dominating air because of his creepiness, but that isn't very attractive to me. On the other side of things, we have Han. He's boobalicious, which is always a win in my book. I also love that he's bigger than the top, and what's better is he is submissive. He has all the makings of a winning bottom. What I don't like though is that this does depict an age gap. The gap itself isn't the problem. If anything, Han being an older bottom just makes him better in my mind. The problem lies in when this longing began. We see them looking at each other when the young master was at most a preteen, and that is super uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure they never did anything when the young master was underage, but implying that a preteen like that might have been attracted to a much older man, and the older man reciprocated emotionally really rubs me the wrong way. Seeing Han refer to the young master as a precious child in one panel and then making out with him in the next is truly gross. Of course, I'm sure they're trying to push that the young master is the one who instigated all of this, but it's still gross. Han is like a guardian in a way, having served him when he was so young, and that just adds a whole other creepy factor to this thing. It's unfortunate that it had to be set up that way, because otherwise I might have liked this. There really is no story beyond setting up that Han served the family for most of the young master's life, so it's almost entirely smut for the entire 4 episodes. I love a smut heavy short. It plays on the power imbalance between the two and has some really fun humiliation play. If you love BDSM, dubcon, and a pouty manly bottom, then this has the makings of something great, but it has that creepy setup and unattractive top, in my opinion, and ends within 4 episodes. So even if you do like all the content, more than likely it's going to leave you wanting for something. With all that being said, this is a pretty big miss for me. However, it has only 4 main episodes and the prologue, so it's easy on the wallet. Plus, if you're desperate for some age gap, boobalicious bottoms, and BDSM, you're more than likely going to like this. Just be warned, if you're expecting a story, you will be disappointed. It wasn't for me in the end, but I'm not going to yuck someone else's yum. If this is what you're looking for, love it. So, have you read Mastering the Secretary? If so, what do you think? Do you agree with my assessment? Do you not? Let me know in comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!